Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today what I want to do is to compare a Swiss and German watch, both of which are owned by Swatch. Now Swatch did a lot of things I didn't care for in some of the brands. Primarily they put in silicone hairsprings, took certain of the historical traditional things out of the watches. They didn't take them out of all of them and some other things like that, but don't mind me. That's just the way I am about the silicone hairspring. Otherwise, there are two brands that I really like, Omega and Glashütte Original. Okay, so let's start off. The first two I wanted to take a look at were a couple chronographs. The Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional, it's got the Omega 3861. Now, they have it based on the Lamania 1873. It's hand wound, which I like, 3 hertz, which I like, and it's a chronograph and a chronometer. Well, okay, those things are all good, and it's unusual. But then they put in a silicone hairspring, and what happens is that yes, it has some very good features to it. Primarily, you no longer have a problem with magnetization. It runs better in the heat and cold and some other things like that. So, but you can't adjust it. All right, it's too brittle. So anyway, so Speedmaster Moon watch, and for the Glashütte set, I chose to take. There's more than one chronograph model. The reason that I chose the 70s chronograph panorama date is because it's fairly unique. It's one of the unique sort of series of models that Glashütte Original has, and it's got the caliber 3702, 4 hertz, chronograph column wheel flyback. Now, the Omega Moonwatch Speedmaster, this particular model that I have here, it's pretty economical, a pretty good deal, and in fact, it's about half the price of this particular 70s chronograph panorama date. I would rather not say, okay, this is what it actually is. You have to take a look at your own currency and your own, where are the deals? What are they really selling for? Those are basic. Both of these, by the way, are from brand new from the manufacturer. I like them both. I really do. I probably like the Moonwatch a bit better, but it's okay. Now, these next two are Seamaster. For some reason, I always liked the Seamaster. I'm not sure why, but I have. And these two, I was looking at it. The CQ is one of sort of a group of models that Glashütte Original calls as specialties for some reason. I'm not sure why, as opposed to any number of other things. But the CQ is sort of their version, I guess, of what you might say, well, this is sort of like their Seamaster or something like that. Here's the difference between these two, and something I really like about the Glashütte Original version is the caliber 3911. It's automatic, it's 4 hertz, 40-hour reserve, but then it says swan neck fine adjustment. Well, the only way you're going to have a swan neck fine adjustment is to have a hairspring made from transitional metals. In other words, not silicone. And it's sort of interesting is that some of them have silicone, some of them don't. I think they used to have with Omega, even after silicone, they had, I think, the original 381 or whatever that their original movement was. They did leave the transitional metals and for the hairspring and also regulation. So here's a watch I really like, and I put in a swan neck regulator, and the only reason you're going to do that is that, you know, either a pretentious watchmaker like myself or a real watchmaker can go in there a little screwdriver and make fine adjustments so that if your watch is off a little. Supposedly silicon's not supposed to be up. Okay, now on the Omega side, you have the Seamaster Planet Ocean. I just like everything about this watch except the fact that it's there's again the silicon. What I like about it is it's a chronometer. It has a coaxial escapement, which I like. This is George Daniels' wonderful invention, and I like the looks of it. I mean, I don't know. They have a lot of different looking ones. I like the one with the orange bezel and so forth on it. The pusher at 10 o'clock is a helium release valve. So if people really do go to, I don't know, or go down deep enough on that. This one is 600 meters, so you can go do some serious depth on that. Now, the final two are both new ones. The one on the left, the Omega, is part of a group they call the specialties. The specialties for Glashütte original aren't the same as the specialties. Different kind of concept altogether. Now, what they have is that they have this wonderful hand-wound movement called the 8926 in the Omega. 72-hour manual wind. This particular one that I have here is their 2024 Olympics model, and they have some different models that are much less expensive than this one. But I just like the looks of it. I like the fact that it's hand wound. It's got a 72-hour wind. You spend some time winding it up, 3 days, I guess, and then it'll run for you. Got on my, I have not a Glashütte original, but a Burris Grossmann, and it's about a 2 or 3 day manual wind as well. Now, the Senator chronometer is another hand wound watch. But the difference is that this one has a swan neck regulator, 42-hour reserve, which is sort of not too much for a hand wound, I thought. But yeah, you get to wind it every day. It's a really nice watch. Both of these watches are generally fairly expensive. I think they're both over $20,000, but they're both new, and I thought both interesting looking watches. One with a swan neck regulator and one without. By the way, the sort of the Weasley term, I don't know if both of them use this, but one of them did. I've noticed this one is regulator free. If you see the word regulator free, that really means we got stuffed silicon in here. Anyway, two interesting brands, both of them owned by Swatch, and I think they're, you know, if you don't mind silicon, you got a lot more choices. Let me know what you think. Until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Side, the Watch and Science of Art Collection. Take care.